Hey, what's going on? We're back with another eFootball update, and actually this one looks like a doozy. One of the things they added some National Guardians, and all those guys look fantastic. And then they added some Japanese players as well as 3 Turkey players as well. So I actually do want to start with that. We can look at the contract players. They did add Rudiger, Araujo, and McAllister. And those guys look great. Fortress, Aerial Fort, and Visionary Pass. So I think all those players are actually going to be pretty good. These players look pretty solid. A blitz curler left wing and a momentum dribbling center forward. That's pretty solid. And then here are 3 Japanese players, one with blitz curler and Visionary Pass. And honestly, these players all look great. As far as the European Championship, we do have a good Donnarumma, a good Yamal, another Alphonso Davies, and a Thuram. So those would be the players that I would hope to get. I'm sure Conor Gallagher is probably not bad either. As far as the worldwide players, looks like there's a good Courtois, so that might be a player that I'm hoping to get. Frimpong's also not a bad choice. A defensive midfielder, Bruno Fernandes. That's pretty unusual and pretty cool, actually. When I logged in, they did give away some chance deals for the American League International Stars, so not really sure what that is, so we'll go ahead and take a look at that as well. Okay, so these are the American League players. So we got Giroud, Marco Reus, Lloris, Caceres, Ricky Puig, and Lorenzo Insigne. So I think they're all right, but again, to get free players, I'm not really going to complain. I wonder if they'll do more stuff with the MLS. I think that'll be interesting. I guess I didn't mention either, but they added some other packs as well for the nominating contracts. So here are the Super League players that they always add. Talisca's not bad. The rest of them, nothing that special. Take a look at the J League as well. Wow, there's not even a 5-star player in here. So these guys all seem like throwaway type of players. Here are the Saudi Arabian League players. Not as good as the pack before. And Pride of the Club players. Jamie Vardy's kind of funny. Yeah, these players look all right. I don't know if they look as good as that Pedri we got last time, but not bad. Again, for free guys we can get. None of these guys are going to make my main team, that's for sure. And as I mentioned, we'll be able to get our national team player. I'm really curious who everyone's going to get. I imagine probably Bastoni or Serge. And I'm between those two right now. I think Serge might be better for my team right now, but I think that Bastoni is probably the better player overall. I do want to take a quick look at the packs here. They did extend the contracts for Fernando Torres, which I think is really interesting. I was hoping they'd give another player. I already have him. I really like him, but it'd be nice to get someone else to just add variety, especially for us free-to-play players. So that's kind of a bummer, but I guess if you didn't get him, you still have time. But they did add this Gasperini coach, and oh my gosh, I think he might break the game. He has quick counter and long ball counter, both at 88, and then +1 physical contact, which seems to be in the meta right now. He's honestly probably the most meta coach right now. Kind of silly not to get him because you can go back and forth between those 2 play styles. I will more than likely be getting him, as will a lot of people. Just a handful more objectives here. They did add, like I said, the ones to clear these objectives, which will be nice. An open round starter. These are just some basic objectives that you'll do without even really blinking an eye. So that's kind of nice. I like to get the free tokens as well. I'm running low on those for sure. As far as events go, there is a Spanish League PvP event. That'll be something that can be done pretty quickly. And then they did add, of course, the Player of the Week objectives. I am actually caught up on most of mine, but they have this American League International Stars campaign going on too. And so your reward is to get another free player from that. So I think that's kind of cool. And then, of course, eFootball League reset. So everyone got their rewards, which is nice. I saw an update that they said they're going to make this easier for players to move up, which I think will be okay. But at the same time, it's just going to be oversaturated now in Pride Division 3 and Division 4. So not necessarily the worst thing. You might get matched up against guys you can beat. But it might make it less fun when those guys are matched up against players that are better than them and they're not winning any games. So we'll see how that balances out. Last but not least, of course, they have a new season, so there is a new match pass. They do have a Thomas Muller, and they have a Trent Alexander-Arnold card, which they seem to give him away every 2 seconds. So I don't think that one's worth it, and Thomas Muller's fine, but he's a dummy runner, and he's not the fastest player. But that's it for this update. I actually won't be on next week. I will be away, so this will be my last update for at least another week. The big update should be out before too long, hopefully not next week because I'd like to cover it. But anyway, thanks for watching and have a good one.